Peace and power, peace and power. I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure. The strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows all things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power to the people that struggle. What's good? What's going on? Late night edition. Late night edition of Saturday Night Book Club. Um, so y'all got to excuse me, but I'm gonna have me a little snacky snack. I've been moving and grooving all day, and it's freezing up here. And I had to make moves. I had to get out, and a lot of misfortune. A lot of individuals who I had to speak with all during the course of the day. It's just been nonstop. And yo, I need a little snacky snack to get in what we got going on. All right? Peace and power, peace and power. Evolve, what's up? Blaze, what's going on? Shakur, Malik, Brown girl. How you doing, brown girl? How you doing? I'm well, Shakur, I'm well. Blaze was good. Salute, salute. I need a little snacky snack. I'm tired. Christopher Farmer, salute. What you got on, brown girl? I bet you got your fuzzy slippers on tonight. And it's cold. I bet you. V, what up, V? Peace and power. Peace and power. What's going on? Man, brick ain't the word. But I've been through worse. But it's just funny when they creep up on you. Got on your PJ, Sean Prue. Big Mar, what up? Listen, all my California people, I need y'all to hold each other down for whatever going on over there. And please, please, man, if y'all can make a move, move. Don't just sit and wonder and be terrified. Make a move, man. If it's critical like that, make a move. Serious. Oh, hold on. I didn't catch that. Miss Chocolate, Devon, what is good? Louis MG said how people talking MLK Day, but okay with getting tuned up and them mandates and policies. You in California? What's bad though? Tell me what's bad. I got you out there, I got Mar out there, and we know V out there. V is out there in a very vulnerable spot because y'all know how the Bay Area is situated. You know, I'm telling you, man. People that live, yo, salute, Rob. Sup, brave? You know, it's like I don't know, man. I couldn't do it, and I'm sure it's beautiful and all that, but come on now, serious. I couldn't do it. I would literally have to move. I couldn't be in none of the natural disaster spots, yo. None of it. Wait. Jules, Bliz, did you see the fresh and fit? And I didn't see it. Thanks for hipping me. I don't dig that dude at all. I'm a firm believer from others who have been close to the situation that he had a hand in that, in the demise and the untimely passing of our comrade, of our soldier. I don't like that dude. I don't. Okay, Luis said the tune-up mandate spread to Oakland and the whole East Bay. My job is harassing me. Come on now. Come on now. You dig? Yeah, he did, V. He came out, yeah. And the funny thing is, V, I haven't explained it to anybody, but there were organizers because he did a signing in NYC, and people who was around know me. We've done a lot of things together. They know I want to look these people in their face. They let him come through, didn't tell me, and leave. And I felt a ways about that. I'm like, yo, why would y'all do that and not alert me? It's like, come on, yo. I'm serious. I was heated. And that's why these people are able to run around like that. Because we, as a nation, as people, we allow and give passes to certain individuals based on selfish need. I would never let nobody escape me that I know hurt my people. I would never let that happen. At all. I know he's a threat. He hurted our people. He caused us to misstep and get no gains or assisted in the hand of somebody that we need to be jailed or murdered. Excuse me. They're not getting away from me. I'm going to handle my business right then and there. Right then and there. I'm handling my business. And dudes, let dudes like that pass, man. Come on, what are we doing? I was heated. Because that's the only way you're going to get truth. To look these people in their face. Look them in their face and question them. Like, yo, what up, man? I'm serious. You're supposed to have been dealt with. Y'all let them come to the town? Come on, man. Nah. Mm-mm. Straight like that. I was heated. I'm still heated behind that. I'm like, y'all let this dude come to town and sign books? He would have had to answer some questions, yo. He would have had to answer some serious questions. And if he would have stuttered, I'm telling you, he would have stuttered wrong. He would have breathed wrong. I'd have ate him. I'm not playing. I tell y'all, all the time, wherever I'm at, I'd have ate him. Quick. You didn't protect our soldier? You didn't protect our soldier? One of the most beautiful examples that we've had? I'd have blew him just like that. It don't take much, just a nice bomb. Hold that. Write a book about that. That's just how it go. Eat that. That holds them. They gotta forever look at that. Bastards. Oh, let me do what we do, man. It's already late. You know, we got 46 in the building, 41 likes again. Saturday Night Book Club. We dealing with this book right here. This is what we've been dealing with. Some people are further ahead than others. Some people have completed the title, right? This is where we at, Sada, right? We started the book club with this book because, again, she is the example that we all should follow when it comes to the liberation of our people, when it comes to integrity, when it comes to standing tall, when it comes to strength, power. That's who we should look to. Not these clowns. Not these clowns and these clownettes that's running around talking gibberish with fake protests, falsified and fictitious arrests, and talking about they fighting for you and they sitting at the same table with your oppressors counting up money and sipping on wine and playing grab ass. Lovely lady, salute. You know? And when we left, we just couldn't understand. We are beginning chapter 4. And again, not going to be long-winded tonight. As you can see, I had a very spirited build on No Filter this evening. All right? So, let's get it. Let's get it. Yes. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for the cash apps. Remember, $1 and a share. $1 and a share. Share the video. Share it to your Facebook. Share it to your Twitters. Right? Kelton, salute, salute. Share it. Screen record it. Do what you do with it. I don't own this information. I'm just a vessel of truth. Here to be educated and to educate. You understand? That's what we doing. So again, let's get it. Junior high school had its advantages and its disadvantages. It was more impersonal and much more confusing than elementary school, but it gave me the chance to move around and change classes, which I liked. Generally, my subjects bored me, with the exception of English, history, and a newfound love of ceramics. Parsons Junior High School in Queens was mostly white. A lot of the black kids had been put into remedial or what we call dumb classes. It never ceased to amaze me that the kids who were so smart in the street were always in the dumb classes. All right? Does that sound familiar? You sound familiar? In junior high, everybody was going with someone. When girls got together to talk, the subject was always boys. Who was cute? Who was going with whom? Who was fresh, etc., etc. A cute boy was tall, slim, but well built, and usually had light skin. A boy was considered super fine if, in addition to light skin, he had funny colored eyes. Hazel and green eyes were the best. If a boy was popular or good at sports, he usually got a play. But in general, the boys we talked about were tall, not too dark, and handsome. You see that? So again, that's the shit I was going through my damn self. Like I said, I was never in style. Ever. I ain't get in style until goddamn a Car Pfeiffer or something. It wasn't nothing. Bobby Brown gave us a little something. You know, Rapper John Lil from Houdini gave us a little something in the 80s, but I was never in style. Ain't none of the cute girls used to holler at me at all. I didn't get fine until them old, grandma friends would say, boy, you's a fine little black boy. I'm like, okay, I guess so. I guess so. 'Cause I ain't get fine for a long time. I still don't get too many whistles and shit like that. You know? That's why I guess I was always in the street, you know? And that uh and when I look back and reflect, most of my friends that I came up with in the street were some good looking dudes, but it was never nurtured. We was just in the street running wild and doing the wildest stuff. So, but when I look at the pictures and stuff like that, I'm like, damn, we were some nice looking dudes. You know? We didn't get that. What do you mean, oh, stop it? I'm dead serious. You young, T. You now it's all right. Y'all in y'all 20s and 30s, y'all caught a new wave. It's 2022. You was dark skinned in the 70s and 80s, you ain't get nothing. I don't care what you were. You had to be a uber beast, uber ultra and thug in the street. Come on now. Wasn't getting it. And I seen some of the most handsome black men in the street growing up who were, hustlers who was in the streets, stick up kids, dudes that was selling narcotics, waves spinning, stayed fly. But they ain't had none of that. Them chicks wasn't checking for none of that. Hell no. They looking for Al B. Shores and all that shit, Smokey Robinson and all that shit. Wasn't none of that. I ain't grow up with chicks fawning at my feet because of how I look. No. Right. Again, high school. Change a little bit of that because now people start seeing different things. I was on a basketball team, I was boxing, Golden Gloves, and it wasn't none of that. I don't get that. I don't get to this very day. I don't get that treatment. And that shit misses me. Straight up. No, I don't get that. And nobody even start that shit. I'm talking about, ooh, he's super fine. Yeah, that's right. Be Chico the Barge, El the Barge, and all them. Wasn't nobody look checking for me. Hell no. I'm telling you, that shit started late. By that time, I was already in the Hoos Cow. The time that Makai Pfeiffer and Clockers, and y'all start looking at him and Morris Chestnut and all that. I was in the Hoos Cow. I was a grown ass man, and I ain't get the benefit of none of that shit. Shit. I ain't none of that. None of that. I'm telling you. Yeah, tell him, Malik, that shit it's a thing, man. People got to realize it's a thing. Straight like that. Jewel said, I think most light-skinned women are not afraid to talk to men. Listen, I roll that and all that. They don't giggle. They don't nothing. I don't get none of that. And I am who I am. I open doors. I'm polite. I help. And y'all know how much I do as far as the community, what I am, how I move on social media and all that. But a stranger in the street, excuse me, a lot of them don't know. And, they don't know that as much as people may think that, It's people who don't know who the hell Doggy Diamonds is. People don't know who I am. It's people who don't know who Polite or none of these brother, Dr. Umar, all these people that people is arguing and debating and all that. People don't even know who the hell they are in New York City. Don't have a clue. So people see me in these stores, walk, Polite, hey, nothing. Nothing. I don't get no looks up and down, none of that. Even when I get dressed, I put it on, fly as hell. Pay me no mind. Sometimes it's an immediate reaction to look at somebody's dark skin and assume that they're not attractive. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. The only time women pay close attention to me is if I'm with the wife. Then it's all type of googly eyes and smiles and all that shit. And that's when I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Cause you be the same one that wouldn't say shit to me if I was in here by myself. Get out of here. Pay that shit no mind. And that's just real. So to go come up in school like that, the way she is, it does something to your character. You know what I'm saying? It makes you see the world different. I'm telling you, it's something mean. And my mother always told me that you have to be clean, you have to be smart, because not only are you a black man, but you're a dark-skinned black man. So you always got to be on point. Always got to be clean, sharp, intelligent. You have to be careful. That's just how I was raised. So I was always polite. I was never no hooligan and street loud, boisterous. Nah. If I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you. Simple as that. I ain't got to be loud and nah. None of that. You dig? That's just how it was, man. Serious. You know? That's just how it is. And it's sad, but that is a part of our recorded history. That it is problematic for us, not so much now as it used to be, you know? I'm telling you, get an East African woman, they appreciate us dark skinned men. Man, I got East African moderators and people I speak to on the regular, they don't say nothing to me. Were you thugging to get attention from girls? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, in the 80s? Not really. That came with it. I don't think I was thugging to get attention from girls. That wasn't my aim. I was trying to survive in my environment and not be a punk. Not to be considered a victim, because it could cost you your life. So I was thugging to make sure my reputation was intact. That's what it was. I wasn't thugging for the girls. Because even back then, the girls couldn't really be associated, you dig, with somebody who was in the street. That wasn't no badge of honor in the 80s for no girls to be bringing home no dudes that people know is in the street and in the mix. Nah. Took a certain type of girl that would even do that. That wasn't a badge of honor like these little people think today. It's a badge of honor, your man in the street. Nah. Who? S. Williams? Who the hell is S. Williams? 41-year-old who? What's S? What S. Williams? But let's continue. One of my earliest admirers was this boy named Joe. He was new in our neighborhood, from down south or somewhere, because everyone said he was country. He was real dark and had a long body with short little legs. He liked me, and in the beginning, I think I kind of liked him too. Then everyone started teasing me, saying he was my boyfriend and saying he looked like a black frog because his legs were so short. At that age, I was worried to death about everyone, about what everyone thought of me. I wanted desperately to be one of the pack, and I didn't want anybody to make fun of me. So whenever somebody said I liked Joe, I would deny it to the bitter end and talk about him worse than everybody else. But Joe was very sweet to me. Every time he saw me, he would smile and say something nice. On Valentine's Day, he gave me a beautiful Valentine and some candy. One day in the spring, I heard somebody calling my name outside my bedroom window. It was Joe. Quickly, he put a flower on the sill and ran away. Every day after that, he did the same thing. When I would see him on the street, I would smile. I was really touched by the flowers. Then one day, my mother saw him at the window putting a flower on the sill. "You tell that boy to stay away from that window," she said. "Now he's putting flowers in the window. Next thing you know, he'll be trying to come in." But she still thought it was kind of cute. The next thing I knew, she was telling all her friends about it. While I was embarrassed, it also made me think I was cute. No boy had ever paid me that much attention before, and I loved it. One day, I was coming from the store and I saw Joe. He started walking beside me. He was kind of shy, and he had never said anything to me except "you look nice" or "you look pretty." This day, we tried to make conversation as we went along. Then, all of a sudden, he said, "Will you go with me? I want you to be my girl." Somehow, I was shocked. Did he really think I would go with him and ruin my reputation forever? "No," I answered. "No," he repeated. "Why not?" I didn't know what to say. My tongue became heavy and twisted. I started to stutter. Nothing came out of my mouth. "Why not?" he asked again. I stammered and stuttered, and then, with icy bluntness, I said, "Because you're too black and ugly." I will never forget the look on his face. He looked at me with such cold hatred that I was stunned. I was instantly sorry for what I had said, but there was no taking it back. He looked at me as if he despised me more than anyone else on the face of the earth. I felt so ugly and dirty and depraved. I was shaken to the bone. For weeks, maybe months afterward, I was haunted by what happened that day, by the snakes that had crawled out of my mouth. The sneering hatred on his face every time I saw him after that made me know there was nothing I can do to make it up to him. There was nothing I can do but change myself. Not for him, but for me. And I did change. After that, I never said black and ugly in the same sentence and never thought it. Of course, I couldn't undo all the years of self-hatred and brainwashing in that short time, but it was the beginning. And although I still cared too much about what people thought about me, I always tried hard after that to stand on my own 2 feet, to stand by what I felt and thought, and not just be a robot. I didn't always succeed, but I always tried like hell. You see how we are influenced? You see? You see? Crazy. Crazy. You see that, right? That's what it was. And sometimes that's what it is. And it's just living through it and learning and recognizing who we are, how to see beauty in ourselves. Because again, like Malcolm said, who taught you to hate your hair? Who taught you to hate your nose? Who taught you how to hate your skin? This is something that is taught. This is the conditioning. And our people struggle with it because there's never reinforcement. Or the reinforcement is in a way that is corny and it's not acceptable. Or it's from corny people who try to use a reverse psychology instead of just being real and truthful. Like, I had a woman in my DMs today explaining how she's fat shamed in her family. And I'm like, fat shame? What is that? Explain to me, what is fat? Because you can go to certain spots and you'll be the smallest person there. So what is that? Why do we pick these things out and harbor them? Because one, they're traumatic. So why do we continuously respond to trauma? Because trauma is so hurtful. And you have to have somebody that's equipped to encourage you to believe differently. You understand? Can you believe a state passed a law that black person can wear their hair anyway? Absolutely. A positive reinforcement certainly helps counter the negative impacts. Most definitely. Most definitely. And wherever you see it, you have to be a catalyst. You have to be a custodian of speaking positively, progressively, showing the beauty. Then you're going to raise your babies like that. You dig? So little brother Bliz in the chat, I'm a light-skinned man and my dad is Bliz complexion. I love my pops, very strong, mentally and physically, real talk. And the women I'm trying to marry too. Well, my father don't look, my father is light brown. Light brown. Light. And my mother was dark as me. That's why I get my melanin from my mother. My father's light. Same thing. And it gets deep. My father's mother, one of the smartest women in the world that I ever met. And she could pass. My grandmother, my father's mother, can pass. Hey, I know this is not the time for this, but I need help with anger management. I'm court-ordered through DIFUS in order to get my daughter back. Can you help? Yeah, DM me. Danny was DM me on IG and we could get the fees and everything situated and begin your course for anger management. All right? That's what you do. Just DM me. All right? So yeah, we always had that. We always had that. And our thing now is to get that up out of us. Mostly, let's start up now. Again. Mostly, when I was young, the news didn't seem real. In fact, my vision of the world was like a comic strip. In China, they ate fortune cookies and the men wore braids. In Africa, they lived in huts. wore bones in their noses, and were cannibals. In South America, they wore big hats, slept in the middle of the day, drank a lot of rum, and danced the cha-cha. The only place besides the United States that I could talk about with any resembling realism was Europe, and my perception of Europe was almost as unreal. The first president I remember was Eisenhower, and even he didn't seem real. My mother said that all he did was play golf. When he gave a speech on TV, we turned the channel. And if he was on all the stations, we turned the TV off. See the indoctrination? I'm telling you. I'm telling you, they did a number. They did a number. Did a number on us. Mentally. Only the news concerning black people made any impact at all on me. And it seemed that each year the news got worse. The first of the really bad news that I remember was Montgomery, Alabama. That was when I first heard of Martin Luther King. Rosa Parks had been arrested for refusing to give up her seat to a white woman. The black people boycotted the buses. It was a nasty struggle. Black people were harassed and attacked, and if I remember correctly, Martin Luther King's house was bombed. Then came Little Rock. I can still remember those ugly, terrifying white mobs attacking those little children who were close to my own age. When the news about Little Rock came on, you could hear a pin drop at my house. We would all sit there horrified. Sometimes afterward, somebody would say something, but usually we would just sit there lost in our own thoughts. I guess there was nothing to say. And each year I would sit in front of that box, watching my people being attacked by white mobs, being bitten by dogs, bitten and water hosed by police, arrested and murdered. Then the news seemed too real. I'm telling you. And now look, now we can watch somebody get lynched on the news and give an excuse as to why and give reason for us not to empathize or sympathize with the person who got lynched. All right? It's a dangerous game. Very dangerous. The older I got, the more I seemed to grow into myself. My mother and stepfather were having all kinds of problems. They were fussing and fighting like cats and dogs. They were like a lot of other black people in that respect. They were catching hell every day on their jobs, in society, and they took their frustrations out on each other. To make matters worse, she was a teacher and he worked in the post office. She had been to college and he hadn't. As far as I'm concerned, if a black man and woman make a marriage work in America, they've accomplished a miracle because everything is against them. Just being poor is one of the biggest obstacles. Most of the arguments were about money. It's hard as hell to be loving and caring when you can't pay the bills and you don't know where the next dollar is coming from. And the way that we're brought up to think adds insult to injury. It's changing a little bit now, but when I was growing up, every white man on television was able to support his family with no particular strain to work. Her job was to stay home and take care of the kids. Black people accepted those role models for themselves, even though they had very little to do with the reality of their own existence and survival. Boy, I tell you. Book club, book club. Saturday night book club, book club. Saturday night book club, book club. Hmm? Hmm? Do you hear the dilemma? Huh? Hold on. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on in the chat? Hold on now. This way is current. How can we stand without economic equality in reality of their own existence and survival? Hmm. So now old marriages used to operate was based off Euro ideology. New marriages too. New marriages operate like that, based off of Euro ideology. Unless you're woke and conscious and can navigate and see different uh, ways of being in a marriage. Yeah, the same thing that they talking about in hip hop and rap. I don't need no man. But broke niggas don't get no kitty. I know that's right. Same thing. These are Euro standards. I don't believe that a whole lot of women don't believe that. Not only is it perpetuated in our culture, it is also perpetuated in other cultures because they all fold to white S, WS. All right? I'm telling you, when you're following those standards, you will always have problems. You will always have issues because those standards are not realistic. And those are standards that they don't even follow. Straight like that. I've seen a lot of good men, solid men. Solid men. Maybe working in Walmart or Target or doing whatever they have to do to make ends meet. And women won't look at them at all. Solid individuals. But because they may be a nurse, they may be a principal, they may be this or that. They feel that this man, because of his income, is not good enough for them. And want to complain about slim pickings and the numbers being low. I'm telling you, I see it. I see it every day. Bullets, what up, Gotti? What up? I see it every day. Every day. That you have good men. You know, and I don't want to throw in some of the city jobs, right? Because they do make a decent amount, but I've seen it. I've seen women tell me, oh, he worked for sanitation. Or he this, he that. and go and deal with a dude in the street who can't make $50 a day. But because of the image of him being in the street and a tough guy and a thug, and because he got a dream of being a rap star, she'll rock with him, but not with the hard working dude that's coming home trying to make it happen and can definitely do much better. I see it every day. Every day. Serious. It's deep. It's deep. Or the dudes who I see who talk about, yeah, I want to get married, but I can't settle. I need the right woman, And I see thousands of right women all day, every day. Like, yo, what's up with that? What's up? Nah, she kind of corny. Oh, she's a square. Like, she corny, she a square? What are you talking about? She's a nurse. What are you talking about? This one is a teacher. Nah, she that ain't my type. I need one of them types, making good type. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You looking at an image, you don't even know if she washed her ass or brushed her teeth. But this happens. And I see beautiful women all day, all shapes and sizes, everywhere, ages. But people get caught up in the imagery. So now your dumb ass has nothing. Nothing. And wonder why your life is a mess. Because people overlook people based on images. And the images are part of a social construct that made us hate each other. Because they really not attainable. Simple as that. You caught up into strippers. You caught up into what it looked, a porn star look like. When you get caught up into all that shit that's made up. None of it is real. And if she is real and doing that, that's 1 in a million. 1 in a million. And when you as old as me and you've been around as me and dealt with as many women as I've dealt with, all that imagery shit falls apart. All that falls apart. So you better find somebody that love your rotten ass, that's going to take care of you when all that imagery shit wear off. That's the real science behind it. Love who love you. Love who love you. Or be alone. Be alone. Because I could point beauty out in any one of these sisters. Any one of them. Any one of them. And again, I was raised, man, my OGs told me, boy, that box ain't got no face. Straight up. Straight up. What's her character? What's her character? It's usually the young, fine ones where everybody think is fine and cute running around. They the ones, the little pissy ones, smell like piss. Because that's all they got going for them. Not to take away from nobody who people want to consider, attractive. But they not worth a damn. They won't treat you like anything. Simple. Love who love you. Ain't no likes and yuck. I'm telling you. Look, I done been with all types, from all different backgrounds, all over, all over. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Love who love you. Pleasure comes from here and here. All that what somebody look like, you know, to each his own. Each his own. But I tell you what, I won't have no problem with it. I won't have no problem with it at all. At all. At all. I'm telling you. I see beauty in them. You don't see no beauty in her? All right. All right. I'll show you the beauty in her. You don't see no beauty in her? All right, close the door. I'll find the beauty real quick. Real quick. Find the beauty in her and have her find the beauty in herself. You don't want her? Don't worry about it. I got that for you, homie. Take your ass on out. Take your single ass on up out of here. Keep looking. I got it. Don't worry about it. I'll worry about it. Show her how beautiful she really is. Get your unappreciative ass up out of here. It's ignorance. Who taught you how to hate yourself? Always remember that. Oh yeah, I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's just how dumb they are. You know? How foolish they are. You dig? You know? So let me finish out. While my parents were going through their changes, I was going through mine. I was at the age where I questioned everything. The world was beginning to have more and more impact on me. I was curious about and wanted to experience everything. On weekends, whenever I could, I would take off. Oh, hold up. Thank you, Hybrid Videos. Thank you for the super chat. Hold up. Bliz, they got everybody turned out. Oh, they got everybody tuned out of their local reality. If she tuned into Instagram and reality TV, we can't even get a girl to put down her phone to have a deep convo. They distracted and scattered brained with no morals. Love is hard to find. Listen, I don't know what's going on or where you at with it, especially on social media, but I have deep conversations. Look, I got mostly females moderators. I'm telling you. And they fine. Oh, yes. And they fine. And they have very deep conversations. I have so many deep conversations during the course of a day. I don't get shit done. And I'm telling you, and they fine. And they're intelligent and they're articulate and they got something going on. I'm telling you. So, what's up? And they know it. I'm telling you. I got a bunch. I, Not you, Virgo. Somebody, I know that. I'm talking about, I got a bunch. The moderators here, Instagram, all that. Facebook. A lot of them. I'm telling you. So I can't get it. I don't get what people are saying. I really don't. I'm telling you, I have some very in-depth conversations all day, every day. Fine ass sisters. Fine. So I don't know where y'all at with it. But it's a bunch of them. But thank you for the super chat. And as always, thank you for adding on to the bill. But, and they marinating too. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. They marinating too. And boy, y'all keep missing out. I'll just tell you that. I ain't gonna miss out. I'm getting too damn old. I ain't missing out. They slip. It's a problem. Alright? Let's continue. On weekends, whenever I could, I would take off. I went to the movies or to the library, but my favorite activity was riding subways and buses. I would hop on any subway or bus, ride until I got tired, then get off at any stop and walk around. Sometimes I talked to people or played handball with kids my age. Other times I just walked and looked. I went into all kinds of neighborhoods, white, black, Puerto Rican, Chinatown too. But Harlem was my favorite place. I was fascinated by the street life. I was always trying to figure out what was going on. Everything was so colorful and busy. Men standing on the corner drinking, boys playing basketball, hustlers buzzing up and down the streets, huddling and making deals. It was the land of dream books, kitchenettes, and Johnny Walker Red. I loved the stores. From the market on Park Avenue to the greasy fish joints to the candy stores that sold penny candy and penny cigarettes and God knows what else. I would walk and look and think. The world, for me, then was a big question mark. And the biggest question of all was where I fit in. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, it was different. And I get tight because I can't allow my daughter to experience that. The way my mother um, told me how she was raised and how she would go from Canarsie to her Uncle Jack's house in Harlem, Spanish Harlem, like 113th and First Avenue, because her Uncle Jack um, spoke fluent Spanish, and he was in the war with my grandfather, which is her father, right? And Uncle Jack and Aunt Mary. And she would go all the way to Harlem as a little person. And when my grandfather was too drunk to get home, my mother would take him back home on the subway. She knew all of the stops. All of the stops. And this little girl, she knew the whole subway. So I knew the whole subway. By the time I was 9 or 10, I didn't experience it how she experienced it, but she, she lost her father. Her father passed when she was 13, and I had so many similarities with my mother. I was always fearful that I would, once my daughter was born, that I would not be here for her. Because again, there's too many similarities. She was born exactly 1 month after my mother passed. She was born 4 days before my mother's birthday, and she looks and acts just like my mother. So the similarities were so deep. And I said, nah, I gotta teach this young girl everything. And that's all I've been doing. That's it. teaching her and teaching her and teaching her, but it bothers me that I cannot allow her to explore, right, our city the way I used to. I mean, I would get on the damn Staten Island ferry and go to Crownwell and play ball, basketball tournaments and stuff like that when I was 9 and 10 years old, 11 years old. We going all through the city. I remember walking. I was in Catholic school for kindergarten, first, second, and third grade, and I would walk to school. Literally walk to school. Dolo. I couldn't even imagine that now. And that's what people do. They literally, it's just crazy. It's crazy, We seeing people getting killed on the subway. You seeing grown men assaulting and attacking young women on a regular basis. This is how much hatred is out there. And for me, doing the work that I do and being out in the streets and making an attempt to educate people, especially our people, on how precious our women are, it's trying. I'm telling you, it's very trying and very difficult not to be out on some vigilante shit. It's difficult. I'm telling you, because people that's the only way people learn. They have to see heinous acts of individuals that disrespect black women and children. That's the only way they're going to learn to stop doing it. You can't talk to some of these individuals. You just cannot do it. And it's difficult that to sit there and watch our children not being allowed to experience life. And that's not only in New York City, that's everywhere. That's in Philly, that's in Newark, that's in B-More, that's in the Chi, that's everywhere. Our women and children are not allowed to experience life, to grow up without fearing the very person who's supposed to protect them and love them. Black men do this shit. Black men do this shit. All over. From Oakland to LA, to Vegas, to Phoenix, to the South. Black men are doing this shit. So when she speaks this, at this time, it was all about the system. It all was about the institutions that oppress. We know that shit now. We graduated from this. We learned that. Now what are you going to do? Because they're not doing it anymore. Ours are doing it. Us, black men are doing this shit. They have a mentality to push the behavior that is killing our women and children on a daily basis. And you can't talk that out of people. You can't talk that out of people. People, some of them are far too gone for us to believe we can speak to them and invoke change. Some you can. Others, they have to go. Gotta be exterminated. It is what it is. I don't care how woke or conscious you are. If you don't have a doctrine in place to hold them accountable and put fear in their heart for them to ever have thoughts of harming our women and children, that they know what's coming behind that. Who are you? Who are you? How do we improve that? Who are you? Think about it. Answer the question on your own. What need to be done? If you're new here, please figure it out. Figure it out. I'm very transparent with mine. I'm not with the bullshit. You won't troll here. Hiding from a computer somewhere. You won't troll here. Baby, I have no fear of that bullshit. I stand tall on my square. You sound like, with that question, you sound like somebody that like to hurt and harm women and children. And you feel that's okay. Coming in here with that shit. Not here. You take that to Umar Polite and Boyce Walker. You take that bullshit to they pages. They little platform. Don't come here questioning that like that. That sound like some little limp wrist individual shit. Then if you from there, then you should know what gotta happen. What gotta happen. If you a young guard from the Shah, you should know what gotta happen. You know what type of time they on. What gotta happen? Restore righteousness back on this planet. Do your research. When was there righteousness on the planet? When was it there? Let me know. Let me know. When was there righteousness on the planet? If you want to build, let's build. Show me a doctrine that shows and proves that it was righteousness at any given time. Because if it was good, then there was evil. If there was left, there was right. If there was up, there was down. So show me at what point when we lived in 1,000% unadulterated righteousness at any given time. All right then. You answer it yourself. I've studied many doctrines. Ain't no false flagging over here. At all. People that y'all read about, I sat with. I smell their essence. I smell their breath. I listen to their words. I embrace them. Don't come with no newfound internet doctrine shit that people who propagate it never put it into practice. Because they still sucking and lagging behind these Euros. But look, it's late. It's late. Look, we still on chapter 4, but it's late. Like I said, I've been talking since 7 o'clock this morning. You know, we gonna definitely do what we do. But as always, y'all know me. Don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you. So when we putting this educational process in order, know that I get educated from you as well as I'm educating. It is a fair exchange. Trust and believe that. Trust and believe that. That's how we move. That's how we're going to improve. So again, I always appreciate my comrades coming through. Peace and power. All peace and power to the people of the struggle. Arm up. Remain militant. And remember, all work isn't loud. All work isn't loud. War in the shadows. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. And love your black women and kids. Love them. Love them unadulterated. Make it a habit. You have to make it a habit so it's not even a thought. It's not a thought. It's automatic. It's done because you're supposed to do it. You don't wake up in the morning and hold your breath. You wake up in the morning and breathe. That's what you do. You wake up in the morning, you breathe. You don't think about it. You don't hesitate. That is the exact same way you're supposed to love your women and your children. Don't hesitate to stand by them and to give them everything that they deserve, from protection to food. Everything is automatic. It should be not a hesitation. Not a hesitation, not a second thought. Because the enemy don't do that. They make sure theirs is right and exact. So how dare you not make sure yours is? That's it. And we will build tomorrow. All right? So salute, moderators. I love and appreciate y'all. Keep doing what y'all do. All those in the chat, be safe, be warm, be loving, and be responsible to each other. All right? That's how we gonna win. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. Y'all don't let me live. Y'all don't let me sleep. Y'all don't let me do shit. So I know I'll be hearing from you tomorrow. Brown girl, show and prove. I'm going to IG. I'm going to see what the hell Brown girl talking about. And T, too. I want to see what this sleepwear is looking like. Oh, yeah. I got to prove. The man want to see them fuzzy slippers in the hall. Jack. Salute, salute, salute.